Hello, welcome to Pecan Corner. Paul made chorizo yesterday, so today we're going to have chorizo and potato tacos for dinner. I'm going to get my potatoes started first. I usually don't peel up potatoes, but for this dish I did. I like to peel them, that way they can soak up the chorizo flavor all the way through. So I'm going to get them started. I've got a little oil in my pan warming up. I'm going to cook them slowly because I want them to brown and soften, but I don't want them to get crispy. Thanks everybody for your comments on the sausage making videos. I was glad Paul felt up to doing that. He got us enough sausage made. We'll have a good stock for quite a while. That's part of the thing. I like having things already on hand, not have to want something and not have it there. So when we make it up in advance like this, we have it to choose from. The other nice thing about chorizo is we keep it frozen, and then it thaws super easy. So it's not something that you have to remember to have thawed out. That's another thing, so we can keep it frozen until we want it for breakfast or for dinner, and so there's no waste there. I used to have a terrible time when we were working and the kids were at home, remembering to thaw things out, and so many things that we ate, a lot of were things that we could put together at the last minute without having to thaw all day. So, all right, I'm going to get that going, and put my lid on it. Now my chorizo, I'm going to start in a different pan. And this you can use, it just depends on how much you want. If you can use a lot of chorizo or just a small amount. Where's mine? Well, get some water here. I brown the chorizo just like if I were browning ground beef. Use a little water in it and it'll help it crumble up a lot faster and better. So it will be, that's the thing with chorizo, is it should be in small crumbles once it's cooked. Alright. There we go. And then I'll be back in just a second. And now you can see the chorizo has started to boil. It's cooking really, really good. The chili content colors the chorizo so strongly that you really can't see much difference in the color when it's raw or after it's cooked. What you do see is the redness of the fat that's rendered out of it, and so once the water boils away from this, it'll be done, and then you can set it aside. You can put it in the fridge and save it for later. You could do up cook up a big batch of it and save it already cooked until you wanted to add it to your food. This is nearly done. So what I'm going to do with this is Once it's done, I'm going to set it aside and move the potatoes over here to this larger burner to let them finish cooking. They'll take quite a bit longer than the chorizo will. We'll be back when we reach that point. Alright, now I'm going to turn my potatoes. So I don't want them to brown a little, but I don't want them to get all crispy. It's just nice little brownness, so there we go. Haven't salted them yet either. The chorizo has some salt in it, and so we're not going to salt them quite as much as we would if we were eating them by themselves. Alright, now I'm going to cover them again. Just let them cook some more. The chorizo has nearly cooked all the liquid out of it, and I have my comal. Oops, you can't see it. I'll show you in a minute. I have my comal heating to heat my tortillas on when we get closer to time. Be back in a minute. Okay, the potatoes are nearly done. The chorizo's done. Potatoes are nice and soft. Okay, go ahead and turn them off. Let them just sit there. So now I'm going to, my comal's gotten hot. Now I'm going to start heating my tortillas. These are not homemade. I bought store-bought ones. But they're pretty good. Yeah. Well, the city was working on the water lines yesterday, and they turned the water off right as Paul finished, just as he finished making all of that sausage, and had just enough water trickling out of the faucet to wash his hands with. I was sure glad that I had my my bottles of water stored up so that I had something to clean up with. And a little hot. Let's turn that down a little bit. Getting a little too brown, too quick there. Anyway, so you know, there's seems like every time we turn around, there's some reason that either the city's got the water off or I've let it freeze. And so I've really appreciated my water storage this year. Makes you really think about how much you need it. We're so blessed with the kinds of tortillas we can buy, you know, commercially. I can make them, but with just the two of us, it's been a long time since I've done that. I'll have to do it sometime and film it, but I probably can't roll them out round anymore. Used to, I could. You know, that's kind of like one of those things, kind of like making biscuits. The more you do it, the more frequently you do it, the better you get at it. And when I first was learning how to make them, they were just horrible shapes. And over time, I got to where they were nice and round. And I was telling somebody the other day, they were complaining about theirs. They said, well, they taste great, but they just look awful. And I said, no, that's all right. We can, you know, we can eat them no matter what they look like, as long as we get the taste part down. There we go. I'm putting these into a little, it's just a little, those of you that quilt and sew, it's just a little padded bag. And it does a good job of keeping them warm without them getting soggy. You can also just put them into a clean dish towel, so that they can rest and kind of soften and warm up. Okay, I'm going to finish these, and then I'm going to mix my potatoes and my chorizo together. All these sitting. There we go. Okay, back over here. There. How's that? Okay. Okay. Stir in our chorizo. It has to cook separately because if you tried cooking the chorizo and then putting the raw potatoes in there, the chorizo would burn before the potatoes were done. And if you put the raw chorizo in with the cooked potatoes, you risk having some raw chorizo before you're. So you have to cook it into two separate pans, really. If you only have one skillet, like if we were camping where we only had one skillet to use, I would just move the chorizo into a bowl, you know, to wait until I was ready to use it. All right, there we go. Then, Paul, I'm making your tacos.
Okay.
It smells delicious. Oh, it smells so good. I love potato tacos. I think they're my favorite thing. Potatoes in anything, but this is really, really good looking. Okay. A little bit of salt. We'll roll this up. Lay them over on that roll so that they'll kind of seal a little bit there. On top of that. All right, there we go. Let me show you guys. And there we are. There's the finished, and there's the tacos. All right, thanks. Hope y'all will enjoy these if you make yourselves some. Have a great evening. Please thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.